Hi everyone, my name is Sunny, and today's pick a card is going to be Why Did They Smirk at You? I have three piles you may choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, and 3. If you need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video and then select the pile or piles of your choice. Hear out your message and only take what resonates. And with that being said, I will go ahead and start with pile number 1. So pile number 1, you guys have the Ace of Cups upright. So why did they smirk at you? I think for this one, I think it was more so like in a romantic sense where they wanted to maybe smirk at you because they're kind of hinting at you, that they want to flirt with you or they're interested in you, or maybe that they made like a joke and they wanted to see if you caught on to it. So they were taunting, not taunting you in a mean way, but taunting you in like, are you gonna, not, is it fishing? Not fishing, but they're not fishing for compliments. They're setting out the bait and trying to see if you take the bait. So I do think for this pile, they're trying to test the waters, basically, to see like, are you gonna show the interest back? Like, are they trying to? They're trying to basically figure out if you're interested, like, to talk to them and spend some time with them and like get to know them and like feel that your emotions feel good. Like, it just feels like maybe they just wanted to have an easier way to approach you so that they can eventually confess their emotions to you or reach out. Because, and if it's not in a romantic sense, it could be a friend testing the waters to see if you could become a friend or become even closer, have a better bond together, like more healthier bond experiences too. I think this person just wants to share their cup with you, or they're just really kind and compassionate, but maybe you misconstrued the smirk into like, is this person like looking down on me kind of energy, but they're not. I feel this one feels more sweet. They're smirking because they're toying with you in that sense of like I'm taunting you. Like, I have terrible ways of saying that, like taunting you not in a mean way, but like taunting you like they want to see if like you have a little bit of lightheartedness to you, right? So, and even if it's like, oh, it's a family member, that could also be it, that they were just, they were being sweet, but like they were being like mischievous sweet, right? They smirked because of that. Or, you had a moment of like, it could also be that you were like in an environment where you're like, oh, I had a few drinks, and then like you fall and they're like, oh, are you okay? But they still laugh. Like, it could be one of those things where it didn't mean any harm. It's just that they're laughing because it was spontaneous, or like it was in the moment, right? Or they're nervous laughing, but it didn't really mean anything the way that you are thinking of, like in a negative way. They're just someone that's interested in showing their love and affection in a specific way, right? So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Pile 1. Next, pile number 2, you guys have the Six of Pentacles upright. Excuse my voice if it starts going out. I'm trying to not speak so loud because it's starting to hurt. So pile number 2, you guys have, I think I just said it, the Six of Pentacles upright. So why did they smirk at you? I think this person, is this a person of like, not status, but like who is working, or like a government job, or like someone who was like maybe doing business, but I think you caught them doing their line of work maybe, and you passed them by and they smirked. Like, you're like, are they smirking at me because they think I'm funny, or like they're catching me on like my lowest lows and they're thinking it's funny because they're in a better position right now? This isn't as malevolent as you're assuming. They just smirked at you because like it was so funny, like they didn't expect you to see you, right? Maybe it's been a long time since you've seen this person, or this person didn't think like you'd be there showing the same interest or like doing the same things, or maybe you were, example, like maybe you were helping out at like the, what is it called, the homeless shelter, right? Doing activities for people who are less fortunate, right? So you guys didn't know, like maybe someone's like doing it for fun and someone's like, oh, it's because it's mandatory, right? Like it's mandatory for me to have volunteer hours or something, like, and you guys just meet up and it's like, hey, and they smirked. Like maybe it was just awkward because you didn't have that much to say. It was difficult for you guys to approach each other and talk because you guys had to do things, you guys were doing work. So maybe that's why they just smirked, because it's easier to just do facial expressions or do movements and stuff like that rather than actually talking, because you're kind of busy. You're supposed to be helping others not chit-chatting, right? So those could be some circumstances, as to why that smirk happened the way it did. I don't think this was like super rude. I just think it was like maybe a weird smirk that just happened to be in an odd place. You didn't expect it. But I do think maybe it was like I just think there's awkwardness. Like you just didn't know how to communicate with each other, so you're just like, hey, and you did weird facial expressions too. So I don't necessarily think it's just one way. I think it's both ways of like, oh, I glared at them, or I didn't respond maybe, and they just smirked. Like that could just be it. But that's why they smirked at you that way, right? It could just be something so simple. Or maybe you ended up meeting in court, right? Because there's like that Libra energy here with the scales. It could be uneven too, but like maybe they were working there and you went there because you were fined and you're paying something. You're like, oh, hey, but it was awkward. And they just smirked. Like, they smirked like, oh, I could believe that from you. Like, you got fined because of that. And you're just like, why did they smirk at me like that? You took it personal. And it was more lighthearted than that. It's like, they just like, oh, it figures because of their temper, like, or how I know them, right? It could be something more just like not nonchalant, but like, oh, whatever, like, no biggie. But it's just funny to them in that sense. That's why they smirked, because it's like, I figured, like, or maybe like, oh, I didn't expect you to see, like, you were fined, or like, you're like, oh, can you pull me you pull a favor and like make the fine less or something like that. And they're just like, I don't know. Or maybe they're a cop too, and you're just like, please, that speeding ticket, please just give me a warning. And they're like, I don't know, like, they're just kind of like that. Or maybe they do, but you're like, that's so embarrassing, they just smirked at me. And it could be one of those situations, right? So that's what I have for you, pile 2. Pile number 3, you guys have the Knight of Pentacles upright. So why did they smirk at you? And maybe they were trying to communicate with you and it was just poorly received. And they smirked, and you're just like, are you smiling, or are you like trying to be funny? But maybe they just don't have that much contact with you to kind of feel you out, to feel like, okay, is this like the right thing to do, or they're gonna take it in the wrong way? And maybe you took it in the wrong way. It could be that, and they're like, man, I don't think they feel like they fumbled the bag. I just think that they felt that their gesture might have been misinterpreted. So that's what I feel for this one. It's like they were trying to reach out and talk to you, or maybe like show you something, or just like they saw you do something and they want to relate, and you just kind of took it in the wrong way. I feel like this one's like, oof, they took a while to talk to you, or like they took a while to maybe they did the smirking fast and then they kind of just went silent, and it was awkward to address it. Or maybe it was just weird to be like, what did that mean? They smirked, and then what? And they offered no explanation, or they just walked away, or like it ended like nothing. Like maybe the conversation ended before they could explain, because they had to go away, right? They got to go about their day, and then that kind of left you thinking, what did that even mean? Were they being smart with me, or were they being malicious? Were they smirking because they were flirting? I think it's more so towards like they just tried to be more lighthearted, and it came out weird. Like they were trying to be like relatable, and it just felt weird. Maybe it was smug. It came out, I think their reaction might have come out smug, like I'm better than you, when it wasn't. And it could be for some that it really was, but it just feels like this person was like ha ha ha, kind of laugh, you know, and they smirked, and you're just like, ugh, why? Like, I get it, you're in better circumstances, or like you get everything you want, like, jeez, like, chill out. Or, like, you're happy-go-lucky and you get everything, or like maybe your hard work does pay off, and like it just feels like their communication might have been misinterpreted, or like they need to like ground themselves a little bit more, because it was maybe very brief, direct, or like not emotional, maybe this communication, and then they smirked and you're like, it comes off as snobby. That's what I pick up for this pal. Like, there's a snobbiness energy here. Maybe it wasn't meant to be like that, but they just don't have the tact for communication or social interactions to be like more down to earth, if that makes sense, or more just relatable, or like easygoing. And that's what I feel for this one. That's what the smirk meant. So I hope you guys enjoyed that message. It was kind of brief. I didn't want to spend too much time on this one, but I still wanted to make it because I thought it was like a cute topic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in a different video. So bye everybody, have a lot of fun.